Your actions have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and the Dartmoor Garden Show. And today we are going to be covering the newly added challenge Seasonal Pruning for eliminating our targets with a shredder, some shears and a garden fork. And we will get a nice shiny new silenced pistol. So for this challenge, I strongly recommend that you go through the Garden Show escalation first of all to unlock the deterministic mode, and once you have done that, you can then go straight back in with a silenced pistol. And the only other thing you will actually need, you don't even need the pistol, will be some coins if you want a silent assassin rating. Of course, the rating is not that important. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to make our way into the Garden Show area. We're going to go around to the right of the Carlisle mansion here, and once we get around to this far end, we'll come across some stairs ahead of us just beyond this lorry. There are a couple of flirting staff members just at the bottom of the stairs, but around the corner to our left we will find what we were looking for, and that is some rat poison. Now, I believe there is a challenge or feat for photographing those two while they are kissing and canoodling. So with our rat poison, we are going to make our way around to the English garden setting exhibition here, and this will be our target. Now all three of our targets is basically going to be this same lady, and once we execute her with each method, we're just going to restart and come at her again in exactly the same way. So once they've had that little conversation, she's going to send the maid off for some tea and move away. At that point we have an opportunity to poison the cup of tea on the table, and as soon as we have done that and no one has seen us, we are now going to bolt as fast as we can for the church and the graveyard area. Now I had to look this up because I haven't really played the Dartmoor Garden Show very much. I haven't even done the assassination challenges on them. So I had to look up where the garden fork is, because I was actually looking around at the dinner tables for a fork, thinking this isn't going to be enough to kill someone. But once we get to the church area just outside of the cemetery where Mrs. Carlisle is due to be buried, or is buried, we will find on a crate a garden fork. And with that in hand, we are now going to retrace our steps all the way back across the map and to the portaloos here on the far side, and we're just going to wait right here. Now be aware that there is a housekeeping staff member who frequents this area. He will stand just off to our right on the stairs and have a cigarette before making his way over to the portaloos and then moving on. But what we're waiting for is our target here, and when she arrives, we're just going to check that the coast is still clear. That serving staff member isn't around, so we're going to stab our target with the garden fork. And if you want the silent assassin rating, again making sure that the housekeeping member isn't heading this way or heading around this area, we can then drag our target and drop them in the shredder, and just for good measure we'll disintegrate the body. That doesn't actually count as the shredder kill because she was already dead. So at this point what we're going to do is restart exactly as we did, with the same coins and gun in pocket, and we're gonna once again make our way around the mansion to the right. We're gonna collect up the rat poison along the way, just like we did the first time round, and just like we'll do on the third time round as well. So once we have the rat poison, we're just going to make our way right around to our target. Wait for her to send the maid off again. Where's the target? Ah, there you are. Sorry, your green jacket blended in with the background there. So once she sends the maid away, be aware of the gentleman you can see in the distance there, because he does come and stand and face this gazebo right after he's finished bending down and investigating those flowers. So as soon as everybody's back is turned, we want to get the poison into the glass as quickly as possible. And then we're going to head off to the greenhouse area next, where we will find a set of shears. I believe there is another set somewhere just by the mansion as well, but these are probably the closest ones to us. So we're going to grab them and then make our way back to the portaloos, and there is the troublesome waiter in question. And as we have the opportunity, I'm going to quickly subdue him, and we're going to hide his body in the garden shredder. Now obviously if you're going for the shredding kill, you don't want to hide his body in the shredder. We will get to that in our next run through. So once the housekeeping staff member is safely disposed of, we're just going to wait by the portaloos for our target once again. And once she gets into position, we're just going to throw the shears at her head. And that will get us our second kill. So that is the fork and the shears now taken care of. So once again, we will just quickly restart the mission. We're going to pick it up as we get to our target. She is currently asking for some more tea from the housekeeping lady. And momentarily everyone will have their backs to us. Just be aware that as everybody is turning around at this point to work and do what we want them to, there is somebody else approaching. You may have noticed I was almost spotted on my second run through there. And that is young Marcus Stuyvesant's daughter. So we need to get that poison in that glass quick. So this time round we are going for the shredder. So this is where our coins will come into play. So the waiter is currently having his cigarette. In a moment he will finish, and we're going to set a coin trap leading him just past the garden shredder here. When he finishes cigarette, he will turn around, he will spot the first coin, and we're going to let him collect up all the coins until he gets to the third one. At that point he will be out of everyone's eye line, and we can then get behind him and render him unconscious. Now this is not necessary really, he's just an annoying character who happens to turn up when you least want him to. So if you get the opportunity, you can just render him unconscious as I have done, and we're going to hide him up against the hedge here next to the shredder. Now luckily for us the entrance is pretty close by. I'll have them coins back as well. Money's tight at the moment. There is a recession on, in case anyone hadn't noticed. And we're going to take up our position by the portaloos. Now, as I was saying, the exit is very close by, so we don't have to worry about the housekeeping member's body being found. So once our target finally arrives, we can then render her unconscious. We're going to drag her body over to the garden shredder, and it's usually at this point that that waiter suddenly turns up out of nowhere. And we're going to shred our target alive, and that will get us the final piece of the puzzle, and that will get us the challenge we so desire. So at this point all you have to do to maintain your silent assassin rating is to get to the bridge exit, which is just outside of the garden show area. And let's go and take a look at what we have won. So here we are, the Floral Baller. This is basically another silenced pistol, but this one is much more in line with the ICA 19 than the Gold Baller or the Silver Baller. It's not quite as powerful or as accurate, as you are about to witness. So I hope that helps you get your new weapon, and I hope you have fun executing people with it. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.